Hello, Forecaster here again, and we are back for episode 70. And today we're going to expand the elevator shaft. And I've already done some work on this. The shaft is pretty blocked now, but you can see the night sky a little bit through it there. So it now goes up to the surface, and I intend to have to be able to ride it all the way up. But the main mission, or whatever we would call it, is we're going to go down. So I want to make a nuclear reactor, as I mentioned. And I want it to be a little bit deeper into the ground under the base as a protection against explosions. Now, I did do some tests in a creative world, and I found that the casing for a fluid-cooled nuclear reactor is pretty strong. So I don't need it as far down as I thought first. So we're going to have 16 blocks down. Now, I made this program here, and this program is going to be loaded into Serene here, which is the drone I had before. I also made a second drone, which I'm calling Sippy. And the reason I'm now naming the drones is because I no longer need to use the rename drone pieces to debug my program, since the outputs from the entity tracker now has a routine field that shows the last label it jumped to. The label being this here, which you can attach a text piece to, and you can jump there via a jump piece or a condition. So now I'm naming my drones, and so this program is designed to be quite straightforward. There are no conditions or anything like that. It will dump anything in its inventory. It's going to grab a tool from the chest. Then there are 3 areas that it's going to dig. This first one is the main shaft. So it's going to dig 16 plus 8 blocks deep down, 2 by 2, of course. The second is a channel for the tubes. So the main part is going to be this hole, going to extend down. Then the second bit is this channel that's going to be down here. It's going to go straight down, and it's going to just reach the top elevator base, if I've calculated everything correctly. And the third bit are for these 2 blocks here, which are elevator collars. And I need those for the bottom to count as a floor, at least I think I do. So the drone is going to dig out all of these, then going to export everything, so it's going to put away the tool. It's going to grab elevator bases and place them in a smaller area at the bottom, which is 2 by 2 by 8. So it's going to fill the bottom of the hole with elevator bases. Then it's going to export nothing, because it will hopefully have used all of the bases. It's going to get some tubes. It's going to place them in the fill in the tunnel to the side of the shaft with those. Then it's going to get rid of those. Then going to grab elevator collars and fill the little 2 by 2 by 1 by 1 area with those. Then it's going to export nothing because it will have nothing in its inventory anymore. It's going to grab elevator frames, and it's going to fill as much of the shaft as it can with those. And it's should have enough to reach this floor here. Then I'm probably going to have to make more to reach up to the other floors later. So now we're going to make sure this program is exported. We're going to grab Serene and make sure the tool, we have the elevator collars, all of the bases, and about half of the frames I need. I'm going to need a few more, I think. Twice as many, I believe. And then the tubes, which also should be enough, I hope. Now, Zippy here is programmed to actually, or no. Zippy is programmed to pick up items in this shaft here. So we can place him down first, then place Serene down here. You didn't grab a tool. You're supposed to grab a tool. Pretty sure I told you to import tool. Oh, I've moved the inputs. Needs to be set to that just there, so that should do it. So now Serene grabbed the tool, and now it's a little quicker. And Zippy is just going to pick up any items or blocks that fall in this area here. Keep it clean. So I'll be back when the drones are done working with this. So I'm going to turn off the entity tracker, and I'm going to stand here, and you'll probably see another time lapse, and I will be back shortly. I'm not sure what Zippy is doing. It seems like he's gotten stuck or something. Let's see if we can't check up on him. There are items to pick up. What's wrong with you? Well, this is weird. I don't know what it's doing. I have submitted a request to have this information panel here output what the drone's current status is, like if it's idling or waiting for something or charging. And then randomly it flied up. And it's back again. I have no idea what Sippy is doing. I'm going to claim you because you're going to be in the way eventually. Looks like it looks like Serene is doing her job though, which is quite excellent. Now placing the tubes. Wasn't actually supposed to place that last one, but it should be fine. Now I don't have a bottom floor here yet because the frames are not placed, and quite possibly that the elevator collars. Oh, right, I didn't consider that. One of the collars would be where the tubes are. So we'd actually need the tubes to go down this column here. That I did not consider. But now she's placing the frames, and I would need a few more. Now you're back to digging, which I don't actually want you to do. See, program started over. There's 3 elevator bases left, which is kind of odd. I guess it didn't work out as well as I thought it would. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring a bunch of scaffolds, and I'll make I'll have to make myself a way down. Good thing I have a bunch of those from before, so it shouldn't be difficult. So I'm just going to dig down here, and it should be fine because I intend to replace the wall surrounding the shaft with cobble or stone bricks anyway. Once the elevator is up and running. So this is fine. It'll save me a little bit of time later. Anyway. Now there might be some elevator bases missing down here, which I would have hoped would not be the case. So now we're down here, and I intend for the exit from the elevator to be in the same direction on all of the floors. For no particular reason, really, just because I want them to be. I hear lava. Perhaps I should not be digging straight down when I hear lava nearby. Might be a good idea. Now, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes. There ought to be a few missing here and there. Let's enable this again. Let's disassemble some of these. Should be down to the bottom. Yep. So we found one missing. Presumably the other ones are in corners somewhere. There's one, and there's the other. Right, and now air is leaking out. So I'm simply going to fill in all the way up as best I can. Like so. Oh. And then we're going to put our scaffolds here. Holding shift doesn't work on these. And apparently I brought too many. We will get the missing elevator bases. I need those. And then we're going to go back down and place them. Whoops. Let's do that. I should really fill this hole back in, shouldn't I? Wonder if I have some sand or gravel. Sand will do. Just so I don't have to climb down. This will fill up the hole nicely. Like so. There we go. And then I don't think it's going to work yet. I need one more layer of elevator frames. For which I need 6 ingots of compressed iron. And since the elevator is out of order, I'm going to have to go through these stairs. And I'm of course going to need a bunch more to reach the surface as well. Which is going to use a bunch of iron. Fortunately, I've built up a supply thanks to my mining program mostly, and a little bit of fortune, by which I mean luck, not the enchantments. So hopefully now with these last frames, no? They still don't connect. I suppose the frames might need to touch the collars. So I will need 12 more iron ingots. and then make them into compressed ones. And then I should be set. I hope. Then I'll be able to use the elevator to go down instead of having to climb down and up and down the scaffolds. Should be nice. So, very shortly. Another thing I want to do is turn cheat mode back off, because I won't need that anymore right now. Vexeros made me a mod. I wanted some backpacks specifically for pneumatic craft, and Vexeros offered to make an add-on that would add those, and when he did so, he added a couple of more, because I noted that Buildcraft also did not have any backpacks. So I will want to make one of those, and might as well do that while we're up here. Going to need a little bit of plastic with that, and put that in here. So get 2 gray plastic. Don't need that. And get some string. Not there. I already happen to have a little. Now this is just 3, right? Yeah. Just need 2 wool blocks. That should do. And then I need a chest. So we're going to have to go down here, grab another log, because I happen to have an oak one already. Make a chest, put some stuff around it, and we get a pneumatic engineer's backpack. And in this backpack, stuff from pneumatic craft will go nicely. So we can put away some stuff I've been dragging around, which is nice. I'll need those though. So now this will save me a little bit of inventory space, which is quite nice. I'll also probably make the Buildcraft ones. As you can see, there are 3 Buildcraft ones. So the add-on adds these 4 here. So we have the pneumatic engineers, the computer engineers, which is for open computers actually, and then these 2 are for Buildcraft. So we have the robotics engineers, which obviously takes robots, and then the plumber's backpack, which takes pipes and associated objects, I would assume. Anyway, now we are done there. It still doesn't register for... Oh. This should actually be 1 block lower. Not sure if that actually matters though. So we'll put you there. Okay, so now it's working. So we have pressure down here, plenty of it. So we can rename the floors. Floor 1 should be nuclear reactor for the future. I'm not sure why it says floor 1. Nuclear reactor. This is a little wonky. I never know why. I kind of wish the names were set in the colors instead. Let's try going up. Seems to be working. At least about as well as it usually does. It's weird lighting. Not sure what that's about. Right. So where did there's the other elevator collar. And we have some leftover tubes as well. Let's go down. Going to have to pull the tubes around the place where the elevator collars are supposed to go. Whoops. That was close. To be careful with that stuff. I'm going to want to cover these up though. So the elevator collar is supposed to go here. So we're going to have to dig out a little bit around like so. Then we're going to put tubes like this. And then we can remove this tube. I need to turn this view area thing off as well. And then we'll grab the elevator collar, which is there, and it's going to go here. And then this, of course, is going to actually be turned this way. So you use this for when the elevator is not here and you need to call it. And then once you're inside the elevator, you use this one, of course. So now we can disassemble the scaffold here. Come on, collapse, please. Stupid server. There we go, it's raining scaffolds. Alright, so with that done, wow, my inventory feels empty all of a sudden. We're going to, I probably want a 3-block high complex down here. I'm also going to have cables coming down here mainly for lighting. Oop. Because, well, it's dark. One annoying thing about the elevator collars camouflage is you can't put a block as a camouflage if you can't place the block in front of the collar. So in this case I had to remove the frame that was in front of it to be able to. So for example, if I try to click this side while holding shift, it doesn't work because I can't place the block because there's an elevator frame in the way. If I do it on this side, however, there's room for the block, so the function activates. Not that big of an issue, but still smaller annoyance. I'll probably have the cable come down just inside this wall, one block behind these blocks here, because then I can put some lights in the shaft as well. Because I can't put them actually in the shaft, obviously, because of the elevator frames. But that's fine. Kind of wish there was a way to make the elevator slower. It's a little fast. Anyway, I'll get those covers placed. I wouldn't do this weird lighting thing though, but I guess that's an artifact of Minecraft. So, one thing I've been doing is I've been making my elevator a little prettier. And I found I've been using these for my my entrances, and I figured they would make nice elevator doors, and I was right. So you may have noticed that there was some wiring in here. So when the elevator is on a floor, the elevator collars that correspond to that floor will emit a redstone signal. So I have some red alloy wire going from underneath the collar down like that, and then come out here, and they're actually supposed to go there. So when the elevator is on this floor, the doors will be open. When it leaves, the signal will turn off, and the doors will therefore close. If I call the elevator back, once it arrives, the doors will open again. And this will keep you from falling into the shaft, which would be quite a shame, wouldn't it? Right, so we have reached the end of the episode, unfortunately. Now it's blue because it gets light from above. I guess it has to do with the lighting of the bases down there determines the lighting of these, the platform. Right. Anyway, we reached the end of the episode, unfortunately. I'm going to continue working on the shaft and the rest of the elevator off camera in between episodes. And hopefully in the next one, I will also expand the room below. And hopefully in the next episode, we will be able to start construction on the nuclear reactor. So, I will see you then.